So we're shifting our focus now to Indigo chaos, which has fueled debates on multiple topics. One such issue raised by the opposition was on rising airfares. Addressing the Lok Sabha on a resolution calling for appropriate measures to regulate airfare in the country, Aviation Minister said a deregulated market has helped passengers. Naidu said the central government has the power to impose caps on airfares during extraordinary circumstances as seen in the recent Indigo meltdown. But the government cannot cap airfares for the entire year as ticket prices typically rise during the festive season. On the probe front, aviation watchdog DGCA has suspended 4 Indigo flight operations inspectors tasked with regulatory and safety oversight and are routinely assigned to keep track of airline functioning. This after Indigo announced compensation for passengers who were stranded for many hours at airports due to congestion will receive travel vouchers worth Rs 10,000.
We are going to create a program where the aircrafts can be built in the country. We should have a made in India aircraft also, and that is the vision with which this government is moving. There is a Russian Sukhoi SJ-100, which is a regional aircraft. We are talking with them. HAL is engaging with them. They have gone into MOU. They are going to get the technology here so we can build the plane here. Embraer is a very good plane, very efficient plane. We are seeing Star Air, which is operating on Embraer, giving good connectivity to these tier 2 cities. They are also trying to increase increase their operations. We are talking with Embraer. We are telling them, please come to India and manufacture your shop here so that we can manufacture the aircrafts here. If you have 1,700 demand for 1,700 aircrafts in the future, and if you can get the companies to come and build in this own country, then imagine how much easier it is going to be for people who are airline operators here to get the aircrafts.
I was hoping that the Civil Aviation Minister will also speak in the Parliament, inside the Parliament, and explain the perspective. But whatever we saw during the question hour, it was very clear that he expects heads to roll. He's also said, I can sack the CEO of Indigo Airlines. What about letting some heads roll in the DGCA, which has buckled under pressure, which totally allowed Indigo to continue doing what it wants, to not hold anybody accountable? It is for us as officials, as policy makers, to ensure that nothing leads to a monopoly or duopoly, which leads to arm twisting, not just passengers, but even the government. And you'll have been arm twisted. You'll have buckled under pressure. We see no accountability coming from Civil Aviation Ministry.
नहीं, गलती किसकी थी इससे ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है कि इसको फिक्स कौन करेगा। देश में पिछले 6-7 महीने में अहमदाबाद जैसा प्लेन क्रैश हुआ है, सैकड़ों लोग मारे गए, उसके बाद लाखों यात्री एयरपोर्ट्स पर चीखते चिल्लाते रहे। भारत में सरकार है, कोई मंत्री है, कोई जवाबदेही है, ये तो दिखा ही नहीं, क्योंकि मंत्री जी तो किसी शादी में मैंने सुना बड़ा शानदार नृत्य कर रहे थे। ये इस सत्र का सबसे प्रमुख मुद्दा होना चाहिए था, प्रदूषण और इंडिगो का क्राइसिस। लेकिन इन दोनों पे बात करने को सरकार तैयार नहीं है, क्योंकि उसे जनता के सरोकारों से जुड़े मुद्दों पे बात ही नहीं करनी है। उसके मुद्दे तो 150 साल पुराने हैं।
लोकसभा के अंदर हमारे विमान मंत्री ने जो जवाब दिया था, उस जवाब में बिल्कुल कटघरे में खड़ा किया था इंडिगो को। हमारा 1% भी इंडिगो को समर्थन नहीं रहेगा। हम देश हित की बात करते हैं, और जो हमारे लोग यात्री हैं, यात्रियों को दिक्कत हुई है, उसके लिए कड़ा पत्र लिखकर पार्लियामेंट में कड़ी कार्रवाई करने की बात हमारे मंत्री जी ने की है।
जिस तरह से इंडिगो की लापरवाही की वजह से डीजीसीए के कुछ निर्देशों को नहीं मानने की जिद की वजह से जिन कठिनाइयों का सामना हवाई यात्रियों को करना पड़ा है, भारत के उड्डयन इतिहास में ऐसी घटना कभी नहीं देखी गई। हजारों जो फ्लाइट्स थे वो कैंसिल हो रहे थे, लाखों यात्री परेशान थे, और ये जिन इंस्पेक्टर्स के जिम्मे डीजीसीए के निर्देशों के पालन की जवाबदेही थी, डीजीसीए ने ये फैसला लेकर के बिल्कुल साफ संदेश दे दिया है कि आने वाले समय में उनके अधिकारियों की लापरवाही और कोताही भी वो बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे। साथ साथ एयरलाइंसेज को भी चेतावनी है।
Look, if Indigo was the victim in this and they are probably to be deemed as innocent, then Indigo 48 hours prior should have informed all passengers and made them aware of this problem. Now, it's so surreptitious and clever and sneakingly sharp of Indigo that you've deliberately cancelled 1,000 flights. But if FDTL is affected, it will only affect a portion of the number of flights. Out of 1,500, maybe 300 flights. But to cancel all flights overnight shows a willful intent by the airline. It is on record that the pilots were willing to fly. They were not assigned to flights. And this is what raises a lot of the ministry and the DGCA skepticism and the counter argument by Indigo, which is obviously not being believed by the ministry and the DGCA.